stories about Andre's drinking are almost another level of mythology from the man himself. Andre was certainly...
Hollywood has always looked like a world of bright lights, beautiful faces, expensive clothes, and big dreams. From the outside, it appears perfect, like a place where the most talented people live wonderful lives with fans cheering for them every day. But hidden behind the cameras and shiny awards, many famous actors and actresses face painful personal challenges. One of the most common struggles was alcohol addiction. Even the biggest stars, the ones who made the world laugh, cry, and feel inspired, sometimes fought difficult battles when the world wasn't watching. Many celebrities lived with pressure beyond normal human limits. They worked long hours, faced constant criticism, and lived under the fear of losing their fame. For some, alcohol became a way to escape stress or emotional pain. For others, it slowly became a problem that changed their lives in heartbreaking ways. This article explores the stories of 15 Hollywood stars who struggled deeply with alcohol behind the scenes. Some of them found a way to recover and rebuild their lives. Others sadly continue to fight until the very end. These stories are not told to judge or blame anyone. Instead, they remind us that addiction is a real and painful issue, even for people we admire the most. They also show how important compassion, understanding, and mental health support are for every human being, no matter how famous they look on screen. When we learn about these stars' struggles, we understand that success does not protect anyone from emotional challenges. Fame cannot erase loneliness or inner pain. And even when someone appears strong, happy, and confident on the outside, they may be fighting silent battles deep inside. By remembering their stories, we honor their strengths and understand their weaknesses, while also recognizing that every person deserves kindness, help, and hope. Robin Williams was loved by millions for his quick humor, bright personality, and the warm characters he played in movies. He made people laugh in films like Mrs. Doubtfire, Aladdin, and Good Morning, Vietnam. He touched hearts with serious roles in Dead Poets Society and Good Will Hunting, which won him an Oscar. But behind the joyful smile the world adored, Robin carried deep emotional pain and struggled with alcohol for many years. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, as his fame exploded, he began drinking heavily. The sudden pressure of success, long working hours, and constant attention from fans and media became overwhelming. After the death of his close friend John Belushi in 1982, Robin made a strong decision to stop drinking, and he stayed sober for about 20 years. This showed his courage and strong willpower. However, in 2003, he relapsed and returned to alcohol during a very stressful period of his life. Later, Robin was diagnosed with a rare and painful brain condition called Lewy body dementia. This illness affected his memory, thinking, and emotions, making his internal struggle even harder. People around him said he tried to fight bravely, but the suffering grew too much. In 2014, Robin Williams passed away, leaving millions heartbroken. His story teaches an important lesson. Even the funniest and kindest people may be hiding deep sadness and emotional challenges. His life reminds us to always check on the people we love and support them with care, understanding, and patience. Robert Downey Jr. is one of the greatest comeback stories in Hollywood history. Today, people know him as Iron Man, a confident, intelligent, and powerful character who helped build the Marvel Universe. But before he became one of the highest-paid actors in the world, Robert struggled severely with alcohol and drugs. His addiction began in his teenage years and quickly grew out of control. In the 1990s, he was arrested several times, lost big movie roles, and even spent time in rehab and jail. Many producers refused to hire him because they felt he was too risky and unpredictable. Robert once said he felt trapped inside a storm he couldn't escape. But slowly, with therapy, personal discipline, and support of his family and friends, he began rebuilding his life. His big turning point came when he was cast as Tony Stark in Iron Man. The role changed everything. Not only did it revive his career, but also inspired him to stay strong and avoid alcohol completely. Robert Downey Jr.'s transformation shows that recovery is always possible, no matter how dark things seem. He went from losing everything to becoming one of the most loved actors in the world. His story gives hope to anyone fighting addiction. Carrie Fisher, best known for playing Princess Leia in Star Wars, was a powerful and honest woman who faced many personal battles. Growing up in Hollywood as the daughter of very famous parents, she dealt with pressure from a young age. As she entered the film industry, she started using alcohol to cope with emotional stress. Later, she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, a condition that causes strong mood swings. This made her struggles even harder. Carrie spoke openly about her mental health, her addiction, and her recovery journey in interviews, books, and stage performances. She didn't try to hide her pain. Instead, she helped millions understand that addiction and mental illness are real and require understanding, not judgment. Sadly, her struggles continued throughout her life. She passed away in 2016. Even after her death, her honesty and courage continue to inspire people. Carrie Fisher taught the world that true strength comes from admitting your struggles, not hiding them. Judy Garland, most famous for playing Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, became a Hollywood star at a very young age. The movie studios controlled everything in her life: her sleep schedule, her weight, her working hours. To keep her awake for filming, she was given stimulants. To help her sleep, she was given sedatives. This dangerous cycle led to addiction. As she grew older, the pressure only increased. She continued performing even when she felt tired, sad, or overwhelmed. Alcohol became a way to deal with stress, and over time, it harmed her health and career. Judy's voice and talent were extraordinary, but her inner pain was often too heavy. She passed away at the age of 47. Her story shows the harmful effects of fame on young actors and reminds us that emotional health is more important than public success. Elizabeth Taylor was one of Hollywood's most glamorous stars. Her beauty and talent made her world famous. But behind the red carpet photos and expensive jewelry, she faced emotional struggles, including alcohol addiction. Her relationship with actor Richard Burton was passionate, but also filled with fights and stress. Both of them drank heavily, which made things even worse. Elizabeth often used alcohol to escape emotional pain. But later in life, she decided to seek treatment. She checked into rehab and began speaking openly about her recovery. She also used her fame to support important causes, especially AIDS awareness. Elizabeth Taylor's story shows that even the most glamorous people struggle with personal pain, but they can also become strong voices for change. Richard Burton, known for his deep voice and powerful acting, was also known for his heavy drinking. Many people called him a functional alcoholic because he could still perform well even after drinking. But behind the scenes, alcohol slowly damaged his health, relationships, and emotional well-being. His marriage to Elizabeth Taylor was full of passion, but also full of conflict. They loved each other deeply, but also hurt each other often, especially when alcohol was involved. Burton once said, "I've been drunk for years. I'm a happy alcoholic." But his words revealed pain, not joy. Over time, the drinking affected his health severely. He passed away at the age of 58 from complications connected to alcohol. His story is a reminder that addiction does not care about talent or success. It can harm anyone. Mickey Rourke was once one of Hollywood's most promising stars. He had good looks, charisma, and talent. But behind the camera, he struggled with alcohol and emotional issues. His drinking caused fights, legal troubles, and loss of movie roles. Feeling lost, he left acting and became a boxer. The sport caused many injuries, and his face changed from the damage. But in 2008, he made a huge comeback with the movie The Wrestler. His performance touched people deeply because the character's story was similar to his own life. Even though he still deals with personal challenges, Mickey Rourke continues to show strength and resilience. Sir Anthony Hopkins, famous for The Silence of the Lambs, faced a difficult struggle with alcohol in his younger years. He said that drinking made him feel empty and hopeless. In 1975, he had a moment of clarity that changed his life. He decided to stop drinking completely. Staying sober was not easy, but he remained committed. Over the years, his acting career reached incredible heights. Today, he is respected not only as a great actor, but also as someone who overcame a painful chapter with courage and discipline. His story inspires many who believe it's too late to change. Marlon Brando is considered one of the greatest actors in Hollywood history. His performances in The Godfather and A Streetcar Named Desire changed film acting forever. But Brando also had a difficult relationship with alcohol. His drinking caused problems on movie sets, slowed filming schedules, and created conflict with directors and actors. One well-known example was during the filming of Mutiny on the Bounty, where his behavior reportedly made the production extremely challenging. Brando's story shows that addiction can affect even those with extraordinary genius and talent. It also teaches the importance of emotional support and seeking help before problems become too heavy to carry. Andre the Giant was a legendary wrestler and actor known for his massive size and gentle heart. Standing over 7 feet tall, he lived with constant physical pain because of his condition, acromegaly. Many stories say he could drink more alcohol than almost anyone in the world. Some claimed he drank more than 100 beers in one night. But for Andre, alcohol was not just for fun. It was often a way to ease physical discomfort and emotional loneliness. Life on the road was tough, and his size made everyday life difficult. Even though he smiled on screen, he carried deep pain inside. Andre passed away at 46 due to heart problems. His story reminds us that sometimes people use alcohol to escape pain we cannot see. These Hollywood stars were talented, loved, and admired by millions. But behind the fame, they face emotional pain, pressure, and silent struggles with alcohol. Their stories show that addiction is not about weakness. It is about pain, stress, and emotional challenges that grow over time. Some of these celebrities found strength to recover and live healthier lives. Others were unable to escape their struggles completely. All of them, however, remind us that every human being deserves kindness, compassion, and understanding. When we look at their journeys, we learn that we should never judge someone based only on what we see from the outside. Instead, we should try to understand their pain and offer support where we can. Fame does not protect anyone from loneliness or emotional suffering, but with help and love, recovery is always possible. These stories encourage us to stay aware, stay kind, and look beyond the surface, because even the brightest stars can carry the heaviest burdens. When we talk about Hollywood stars who struggle with alcohol, it is easy to assume their fame and money should have protected them. But the truth is very different. Fame does not make people stronger. Sometimes it makes them weaker. Many actors entered the industry when they were very young, and they were suddenly surrounded by stress, long working hours, and people who only cared about money. This pressure often pushed them to drink more than they should have. Some actors also came from troubled families or difficult childhoods, and alcohol became a way to escape their pain. Hollywood is full of bright lights, big parties, and endless social events. Almost everywhere a celebrity goes, drinks are offered for free. That makes it even easier to fall into addiction without noticing how dangerous it becomes. Some stars try to hide their drinking because they feared losing roles, fans, or the image they had built. Others drank openly, not caring who saw them, because they had reached a point where alcohol controlled every part of their life. These stories are not only about bad decisions. They are about the emotional battles that many famous people face but never show on camera. They smile on the red carpet, give interviews, and act in movies, but behind the scenes they are fighting a silent war. Understanding this hidden side helps us see them as human beings, not just celebrities on a screen. Their struggles remind us that addiction can affect anyone. No matter how rich or successful they appear, one of the biggest problems Hollywood alcoholics faced was the pressure to always perform. Studios expected them to look perfect, act perfectly, and never show signs of weakness. Even when they were exhausted, sad, or overwhelmed, they still had to smile for cameras. This kind of emotional pressure pushed many stars toward alcohol because it temporarily made them feel relaxed and confident. However, the relief never lasted. When filming ended for the day, many actors returned to hotel rooms or homes where they felt lonely despite having millions of fans. Loneliness is one of the strongest triggers behind addiction, and Hollywood is a place where loneliness is very common. Some actors also had friends or co-stars who drank heavily. When everyone around you drinks, it becomes harder to realize you have a problem. Many stars also use alcohol to deal with physical exhaustion. Filming long hours under bright lights can be extremely tiring, and alcohol became a way to forget the stress of the day. But the more they drank, the more they needed it to function. Soon, drinking was not a choice for them. It became a requirement. Some producers and directors knew about the issue but ignored it because the actor was still making money for the studio. This made the problem even worse. By the time many stars realized how serious their addiction was, they had already damaged their health, their career, and sometimes their relationships. This shows that Hollywood's glamorous world often hides deep emotional battles that most fans never notice. Another reason so many Hollywood stars struggle with alcohol is the nonstop circle of parties and industry events. These events often run late into the night, and alcohol flows freely. Celebrities are expected to attend because it keeps them visible and connected with producers and media. Many stars originally drank only to fit in or be social. But with time, casual drinking turned into a harmful habit. Fans often forget that stars are constantly judged. Every mistake, every photo, every moment becomes news. This kind of attention can create strong anxiety. Alcohol became a way to cope with the pressure of always being watched. Some stars woke up every morning worried about what newspapers or websites would say about them. Instead of facing the stress, they turned to alcohol to feel numb. But alcohol also caused embarrassing public moments that the media later used against them. This made the emotional pressure even worse, trapping them in an unhealthy cycle. For many celebrities, their worst drinking years happened during career lows. When a movie failed or they stopped getting roles, the fear of being forgotten pushed them deeper into addiction. Many felt they had no purpose outside of fame. Alcohol became the only thing that made them feel alive, even though it was destroying their future. Some stars eventually recovered through rehab, supportive friends, or spiritual guidance. Others continued struggling for many years. Their stories remind us that addiction is a serious illness, not a personal weakness, and that Hollywood's bright lights often hide some of the darkest personal battles. Hollywood has changed over time, and today more stars speak openly about their fight with alcohol. This honesty has helped many fans understand addiction better and has also encouraged other stars to seek treatment without shame. When famous actors admit their mistakes publicly, it creates a powerful message that recovery is possible. Many celebrities who were once known for being drunk on set or causing trouble because of alcohol have now become advocates for sobriety. They share their stories in interviews, books, and social media posts, helping millions of people feel less alone. This shift shows how important it is to talk about mental health and addiction instead of hiding it. The entertainment industry has also improved slightly. Some studios now provide mental health support and encourage actors to get help before problems get worse. While Hollywood is still a stressful place, more people now understand that success means nothing if an actor loses their health or happiness. Several former alcoholic stars have become role models by turning their lives around and using their painful experiences to inspire others. They show that no matter how bad things become, there's always a chance to rebuild your life. Their journeys prove that addiction does not define a person. What defines them is the strength they show in fighting it. These powerful stories remind us that behind every celebrity photo or movie role, there's a human being facing real emotions and challenges, just like everyone else. Understanding this truth helps audiences appreciate their work more and judge them less.